It's so interesting that you guys considered after launching, after seeing some level of success,
after having it like start to work.
You guys considered cashing out and leaving the casino. That's so interesting.
And it comes down to values, man. It comes down to like, value of life and family and just general priorities. And I'm the youngest member of our group. I'm 34, about to be 35, and the other guys are 40, 41, 41. And, so they're old. I tell them that all the time. When they listen to this, they'll laugh. And it's just like, hey, are we gonna keep going or what? And we all looked at each other and we're like, nope, we got way too much time, way too much money invested in this, and let's go. And so we put a plan together, presented it to our investors, and said, hey, we want to go full time. And here's how we think this will look. Here's the money we need to raise. Here's the plan we're going to put into action.
Finance degree for a win.
That's right. We're going to take everything from like, we're about to ratchet it all up. Like if we're going full time, guess what else is going? Everything's going full time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Marketing's going full time, R&D, like everything. And so we put this huge plan in front of our investors in January, and they freaking loved it. They were like, you could tell they were a little bit like, we were waiting on this.
Yeah.
This actually makes us feel better about our investment. Like,
right.
We don't care how much you're asking for. Like the fact that
you're
willing to quit your job, go full time, makes me feel like my investment is protected. Right. And so this started in January, right? Where nothing is really going crazy yet globally,
yeah.
Right? And so we, have a meeting, commit to it verbally. This is what we're going to do, and then kicked off kind of a 4-month transactional. We had to kind of, what
prep,
this is like.
Yeah,
it's
due diligence,
a lot
all
of
the prep,
lawyers
yeah.
and waterfall structures, and how's this all going to work, and blah blah blah, and
the fun stuff
always takes a lot longer than it should. By the way,
so it took 4 months to it took 4 months to actually close that deal and transact a new raise, and so by April the deal is closed. It's done deal. Okay, guys, it's time to go. Put in your 2 weeks.
So this is April. You guys are putting in your 2 weeks. Did you guys? And now the pandemic has hit America.
Yeah.
Were you guys, and it's hit China, were you guys concerned with manufacturing capabilities?
Yeah, so no, and here's why. So what's funny is so March happens, right? We're in the middle of negotiating this deal with our investors, and March happens, the world shuts down overnight. Market takes 50% dip. Oil's trading negative 400, weird stuff is going on. And so we actually called our investors. We're like, hey, are y'all still in? I know we're still negotiating this thing. We're banging out some terms legally. Y'all still in? And they were like, oh, we're still in. This is the best time to do this. Like, y'all get ready. We're like, okay. So we're still preparing personally for an exit from the corporate world. But at a Turtle Box level, we were battening down the hatches. We're going, okay, this is a $300 speaker. We believe it's a great product, but for $300, when the world's coming to an end, nobody needs a $300 speaker, right? And so we were just starting to shut down things anywhere we could, pinch back anywhere we could, and say, okay, look, I know we're about to do this big raise, but we still got to preserve capital where we can. And so March happens, we get lean and mean overnight and prepare for the worst. April, we close our deal, put in our 2 weeks, or I was the first one to jump ship. And so I left at the end of April and started full-time Turtle Box in May. And in April, before I jumped ship, and this is all kicking off, we had a inventory discussion, and hey, what are we going to do with China, and how's this going to work from a supply chain, and blah blah blah. And we looked at our inventory and we said, okay, we think we're okay because based on current sales and kind of our tick right now is we've got about a year's worth of inventory.
Sounds like famous last words.
So we
they're about to run out of inventory.
we felt like we're going to be okay. Like if China is shut down for a year and things go weird, we've got product. And so a month prior, we were pretty upset about it. We were we didn't like being this long. I felt a little overexposed in my inventory position, and I wanted to convert that to capital. And And so we're like, okay, it's April. We got about a year's worth of inventory. All right. Well, little known to us, that lasted us about 60 days.
Wow.
And what happened is I don't like telling people that we benefited from COVID, but we benefited from COVID.
Is it because this is like an outdoor?
Yeah.
So everyone was now outside.
Yeah. So what we saw is it was kind of a trifecta of things for this year, and a bunch of companies can relate to this. Is that in general we've seen e-commerce is up 200% this year. So if you're selling online, you're doing all right. Secondly, if you are selling an outdoor related product, you're doing even better, because people are desperate to be outside, especially in the early days of quarantine. People just wanted to be outside, fresh air, experience more of their backyard. And so if you had a product that made your backyard better, which Turtlebox does, those were selling out. And then on top of that, although the market was crashing and it felt like the sky was falling from a financial perspective, people were still getting paid.
Like real life.
Mm-hmm.
People are still living. Yeah.
People are still living.
Yeah.
Government swoops in and hands out money to everybody, and people are spending their little $1,200, relief check on like iPads and turtle boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was this like just wave of demand like we had never seen. I mean, there's a podcast, so you can't really see this, but I mean, it was like, this is my sales chart. It's like March, April, May, June. Like,
so just for the record, his hand just went from like flat all the way up, not even exponential, just like a straight line.
It was hyperbolic.
Yeah.
I mean, overnight hyperbolic. And by June 15th, we were sold out.
Wow.
And so good problem to have, still a problem. Right. So from that point forward, we entered into a pre-sale campaign, did our best to try and keep cash flow, moving in, and have had amazing success even since then. And we had to turn Amazon off. We do a lot of Amazon sales. You're not allowed to pre-sell on Amazon. And so we switched this pre-sale campaign to our website, placed an overnight order. China had opened back up at this point. We had a 90-day window to get some boxes in from China. Got 1,000 units delivered at the beginning of September. We had pre-sold all of those. And so we literally, from June 15th through really the end of August, we had this pre-sale campaign, pre-sold a whole batch, received that batch, shipped out 1,000 units the next day, and we're still out of inventory.
I was going to ask, if I wanted to buy one today, I couldn't. I would
now
have to wait for the. Oh, now I can.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So that was September. So September, we thought we were going to be back in inventory, but back in stock, and we weren't. And so last week we got another big batch in. We got 2,100 units in last week. We had pre-sold about 25% of that batch, and so so now I've restocked my Amazon account. I've got a lot of units at Amazon, and then I've got a lot of units at my warehouse here. And so we're officially back in stock, which is super exciting to us.
And to me, because I've been waiting for a long time.
So,
I can't wait to try this out. Like once this is over, we're going to try this out.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
And it's just been amazing. Like it's just been amazing to watch. Again, like I keep saying, I mean, it's not like we're geniuses, but when you have an outside or internal impetus to do something, to continue believing in it more than just I want to make a bunch of money or I want to live a certain way.
I want to make things.
Yeah, I like making things, man. Yeah. And I like seeing the fruit that comes from that and the relationships that come from that.
Yeah.
We got a lot of big things coming up, and some fun new products. Maybe.
Do you want to give us a preview on what's to come for Turtlebox?
It's kind of be like insider trading. So,
all right, offline we'll talk. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we just launched. Like forever, we'd only been selling in green.
Yeah.
And so kind of the big event this year was we released new colors. So we launched a really cool tan color. We call it Field Tan. Really cool gray. We call Thunderhead Gray. And then we had a blue called Laguna Madre Blue. Those sold out like in a week. So the blues are gone. We are getting more boxes. We're getting more blue in December. So if anybody wants
what color
blue,
is this?
This is a gray.
Yeah.
Gray. Okay.
Gray is our best seller right now, man. Gray has really done well. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just, turtleboxaudio.com or Amazon. We have a lot of great retailers too
Yeah.
that are carrying our product. And